Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I'm here to do my February TBR. It's nearly February already. I'm currently filming this on the 23rd of January, so we still have about just a few days left of the month, and I think my January reading has gone pretty well so far. I've currently read 16 books and I'm on my 17th, which is crazy. I mean, a couple of manga and graphic novels are in there, but I can't believe how much I've read so far, and it's only the first month of 2024, so I'm really chuffed about that. I think I am planning to do this year some reading wrap-ups, so if that's something you would be interested in, please like the video and comment down below if that's something that you would like to see me do. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to talk you through my TBR for February. I'm taking part in 2 readathons this month. One is a month-long readathon, and the other one is a 4-day readathon, I think, but I'll get into more details about the readathons later on in the video. But to begin with, I wanted to talk you through some mandatory reads that I would like to get to this month. So yeah, without further ado, let's just crack on with the rest of the video. Okay guys, so to start off with, I will be continuing on with reading a series that I'm currently doing a read-along for. So in January I started a readathon along with my lovely friend Kendra, and we started a read-along for the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco. So we've read the first book in January, and we will then be moving on to, for February, book 2, which is Hunting Prince Dracula. This will be a first time read for me because I hadn't continued the series at that point, so the Stalking Jack the Ripper was a reread for me, but I'm moving on to Hunting Prince Dracula, which is the book 2, and I'll be reading it for the first time. So I can't tell you too much about this one because obviously it's a sequel in a series, but I'm assuming that we will be following Dracula, and we're following Audrey Rose, who's our main character, and Thomas Creswell, and it's a historical murder mystery with a bit of romance in there as well. And I think the first book does a really good job with the historical elements, like the Jack the Ripper historical elements, so I'm assuming we'll get a lot of like Dracula vampire references, so I'm really excited to get to this one. So, a man impaled by a sharp wooden stake, a young chambermaid drained of all her blood. They say it's Prince Dracula arisen from the dead. I say it's the living, not the dead, we should fear the most. So I'm really excited. It's like another historical murder mystery, and I'm really excited to get to this one. And I will leave information about the read-along. We have a read-along Discord if anybody would like to take part in the read-along, if you want to just jump in and start book 2, or if you want to catch up and read book 1, that's absolutely fine, but I'll leave the link to our read-along Discord in the box down below. So yeah, I wanted to obviously mention this, that I would definitely I need to read this in February, so I wanted to add this on my TBR. Okay, so next up is another mandatory read that I would like to get to, which is definitely a lot shorter. I have my Middle Grade Magic book club, which is a middle grade book club where we read one middle grade book every month, and we do watch-alongs and all sorts of fun stuff. So we're moving on to our February pick, which is definitely very much themed around a Polathon, which is Jade from JD Reads' readathon that she does every February. So I thought it would be a good idea to do a Polathon, like polar fantasy reads. So our February book pick for Middle Grade Magic is going to be The Ice Children by N.G. Leonard. I don't own a physical copy, so I'll put a picture up on the screen, and if I happen to glance down, I'm looking at my laptop because I've got information for the readathon that I'm taking part in, or my books I've picked out for that. So I've got the synopsis for it on my laptop, so I'm having to glance down, that's what I'm doing. So yep, so the N.G. Leonard is one of the co-authors of the Adventures on Train series, and I really enjoyed that series, so I'm excited to read something that's just from N.G. Leonard. So as I mentioned, this is The Ice Children. It's a polar fantasy, and we're following the main character Bianca, and her 5-year-old brother Finn is found frozen in the city park on a statue plinth, frozen in ice, and she thinks it's because he touched a magical book in a library and he's frozen. So she has to go on this magical journey to rescue her brother And yeah, I think it's just going to be really fun, like sibling relationship, icy magic. And it says, can Bianca remember her mission and find a way to save her brother and the other ice children before all their hearts are lost forever? A future classic with a powerful message at its core. So I'm assuming that there's other children that have been affected by this ice magic. And yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a try, and it's definitely very fitting for Polathon, and yeah, I can't wait to get to it. So again, I'll leave information to Middle Grade Magic Book Club. We have a Discord, so if anybody would be interested in joining, I'll leave the link to it in the box down below, as I always do. So yeah, I can't wait to get to that one in February. Okay guys, and my last mandatory read that I would like to get to in the month of February, I decided to join the B&K Book Club, which is run by Kelsey from Reads with Kelsey and Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading. I actually recently was on sprints with Brittany fairly recently, and she's absolutely lovely, and I was so lucky to be on her sprint. So hopefully in the future we could definitely try and get on more sprints with Brittany, because I had such a great time doing it. But they both run the B&K Book Club, which it's not really genre specific, I don't think. It's just pick a buddy read to read for that month. And the book for February that I will hopefully manage to get to in February will be Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is a fantasy romance, I believe, and I have seen this around a lot, and it is quite chunky. I don't know how many pages this is. Just 500 pages, so it is quite a chunky one, but I am excited to give this a try. So it says on the back here, be swept away by the first in the epic and sizzling fantasy romance trilogy taking the world by storm. So it says on the back here, the elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Aaliyah and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Pagon Grey, apologies if I've said that wrong, an ordinary posing as a sidekick to blend in with the elites. When she unexpectedly saves one of the princes, Kai Azir, she's thrown into the purging trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for will. If he discovers what Pagan is completely ordinary. That sounds really good. So it definitely sounds very Hunger Games with the trial element, and enemies to lovers, I'm assuming. So yeah, I'm really excited to give to this one. It is a chunky one, as I've mentioned, just 500 pages, but hopefully I will make time to get to this in February, and I hopefully might use this for one of the readathons I'm going to take part in towards the end of the month. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. Okay guys, so I'm going to move on to the main readathon that I'm going to be taking part in, which is going to take place throughout the whole month of February from the 1st to the 29th. It's a leap year this year. And I don't know if you can tell by my jumper, there's a reason why I'm wearing this jumper, my Rainbow Pixar one, because I am a co-host for the Monsters University readathon, which was created by Liv from Liv Loves to Read. I've been a co-host on this readathon a few times now. It was the first readathon that I ever took part in, and I absolutely love taking part in it. It's such a fun time. So we're going to be doing a month-long round this year, and I'm really excited to take part in it again this year. So how the readathon works is we have 6 different teams. I am Team Joy, so I am really excited to be a co-host for that team. So Liv has organised a system where if you sign up to the readathon, I'll leave all the information in the box down below with a sign up form and our Discord as well. Once you sign up for the readathon, you will be allocated one of the 6 teams. So we have Team Joy, Team Fear, Team Doer, Team Laughter. I'm probably forgetting one, but I'll put a picture up on the screen and all the information will be in the box down below, so apologies for that. Trying to remember team names off the top of your head is tricky. So, but I am Team Joy, so you will be allocated to a team. Liv will, you have to provide your email address, so Liv can send you out your team email if that's so that's how that will work. And the teams are not genre based. You can read whatever you want during the readathon, and we have a few prompts that you can double, triple up whatever you want to do, read whatever you want. And again, all the information will be in the Discord and in the box down below. So yeah, without further ado, I'll go through what the prompts are and what books I've picked out for the prompts. I have had to double up on I think 4 of the prompts I've had to double up on, so I won't obviously tell you the synopsis for the books twice. I'll just mention what the prompt I'm going to be doubling up for on that prompt. So I have my list of books that I've picked out on my laptop, so if I happen to look across at my laptop, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm really excited to take part in this readathon and let you know what I've picked out for the prompts and what I'll be reading for the month of February. Okay guys, so for our first prompt, I actually, myself and the other co-host, we actually got to help to pick out the prompts, which was really, really fun. So I wanted to say thank you to Liv for letting us do that, which was really, really fun. So our first prompt, because it's obviously Monsters University, we have to start off with Mike Wazowski. He's definitely my favourite character in Monsters Inc. I absolutely love him. He's just absolutely hilarious. So for our first prompt for Mike, it is to read a book that starts with a W. Very self-explanatory, something that's got a W in the title, or I think you can bend it to have if the author has a W in their name. I'm not sure, but if you have obviously any questions, please message in the Discord, and Liv, myself and the other quotes, we can try and help answer your question. But I think you can bend it to having a W in the author's name as well, I think, but quote me if I'm wrong. But for that prompt, I have decided to go for a book that I've had on my shelves for a really, really long time, and it has a W in the title, so it definitely fits. And the book I've decided to go for is Witches Steeped in Gold by Sianan Smart. I think it's how you pronounce that. So I have the Fairy Loot edition, so it doesn't have actually anything on the title on the front here, but it does have it on the spine, so it definitely counts. So it's a really, really cute little hardback, and it's got really pretty green suede edges, and it's got a matching design on the naked hardback, which is really, really pretty. So obviously Witches Steeped in Gold, W in the title. So I haven't heard a lot about this one actually, which is quite good. So let's see what this one is about. So Araya Adair has spent her life in a cell. Heir of an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty, she was exiled from the island nation of Alika, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine grew up dressed in gold with stolen magic at her fingertips. Daughter of the self-crowned Diane, her existence is a threat to her mother's rule, but Jasmine has no intention of dying. Sworn enemies, the two witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatens both their worlds, but revenge is a bloody pursuit, and nothing is certain except the lengths Araya and Jasmine will go to win the game. A fierce and thrilling story where dangerous magic reigns supreme and betrayal lurks beneath every word. So that sounds really good. Obviously witches in here, and I don't know if it's like based on African mythology. I'm not 100% sure, I might be wrong on that, but yeah, it's definitely something a little bit different, and yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. Prompt number 2 is the Sully prompt. I absolutely love Sully. He again is definitely one of my favourite characters in Monsters Inc. I absolutely love him. So for the prompt for Sully, we have to read a book with a character that feels misunderstood, and you can interpret that however you want. So I have decided to go for a book that I got really, really recently, and I actually unboxed it in my recent January Fairy Loot unboxing, so I'll leave a link to that up here if you want to go and check that out. But the book is A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft. This is a stunning Fairy Loot edition, and I absolutely love it with these stunning rose edges, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And the naked hardback is just as stunning as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I decided to pick this one up because we follow the main character Neve, who is a dressmaker, and she has these magical abilities where she can stitch emotions and memories into the fabric. So she has magical abilities that she has to keep secret. So I think that she definitely feels a bit misunderstood because she's the only person in her town that can do this. So she kind of feels a bit on her own. But then she ends up designing clothes for a royal wedding, and she ends up getting entangled in a scandal with the Crown Prince, who is a little bit standoffish and a little bit icy, and they develop a friendship to begin with, but then it eventually turns into something more, and there's unrest in this like fantastical kind of town, and Neve has to decide what cost she is willing to pay for a future and a love she never thought possible. So this is a fantasy with a Regency vibe to it. If you love the Bridgerton series, I think you would definitely enjoy this, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. So I'm going to read this for the Sully prompt, and I'm really excited. For prompt number 3, it's the Boo prompt, and Boo is the little human girl that wanders into the monster world, and she ends up becoming friends with Mike and Sully, and it's just the most wholesome, adorable thing. I absolutely love Boo. Again, she's definitely one of my favourite characters. I absolutely love her. So for her prompt, we have to read a book that has an unlikely friendship in it. And for this prompt, I have decided to pick up a second book in a middle grade series that I really enjoyed. It's the Polar Bear Explorers Club series by Alex Bell. I read the first book years ago, and I haven't managed to continue on with the series, so I'm going to pick up the second book, which is Explorers on Witch Mountain. Again, as I've mentioned, it's the second book in the series, and we follow the main character Stella, who wants to be an explorer, but she lives in a society where girls can't be explorers. So her dad is a member of her dad is a really famous explorer, and she wants to join the Polar Bear Explorers Club, and something happens where she ends up getting to join the Polar Bear Explorers Club, and she becomes friends. They're like not a very likely group of friends. It's a lot of boys in the club, and she's also the only girl, and they end up striking a friendship and go off this adventure together. And there's like ice magic, and in this, obviously the sequel, we follow Stella as she is part of the Polar Bear Explorers Club, but in this one there's a witch that's involved, and her dad gets kidnapped, and she has to go on a journey to rescue her dad. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with this series, and maybe even hopefully finish off the series this year, because they are really good fun reads, and yeah, I'm really excited to get to that one. Okay, so next up is prompt number 4, which is Squishy. And Squishy is, if you don't know, he is in the Monsters University movie. He's part of the Uzma Kappa sorority, and he is just absolutely hilarious. I love Squishy as well. So for his prompt, we have to read a book that has 3 S's in the title and or the author's surname. But the book I would like to get to, and I want to pick up for this prompt, and it's also part of my 12 books from 12 friends list, is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. This is a contemporary from Rebecca Yarros. Obviously, she's well known for Fourth Wing, so this is her contemporary book, and I'm really excited to get to this one. And the tagline says, "Can two broken souls help each other to heal?" So it definitely gives me P.S. I Love You vibes. One final letter, his last wish, go and be with her. So I don't know if it's maybe the main character's husband dies and he leaves a letter to his best friend and asks him to look out for his a widow and their child, I think, and there might be a romance that happens between her and the best friend. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a try because I loved Fourth Wing, so it'll be interesting to read a contemporary from Rebecca Yarros, and as I've mentioned, it's on my 12 book from 12 friends list, so it would get one of those books off my list. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to be able to read this one in February. But okay, so next up, prompt number 5, we have Don Carlton, who again it was in Monsters University and is part of the Uzma Kappa sorority, and he's hilarious as well. And for his prompt, we have to read a book with a character living a double life, and I decided to go for a book that I was meant to get to in January, but I didn't manage to get around to it, and it's definitely got characters that live in double lives, so I'm really excited to get to this one because I have heard really great things about it. But the book is Killers of a Certain Age by Dina Rayborn. They're old hands at this murder business. So we're following 4 older women. So Billy, Mary Alice, Helen and Natalie have worked for the museum, an elite network of assassins for 40 years, but now their talents are considered old school. When the foursome is attacked during an all-expenses-paid trip to mark their retirement, they realise that they've been marked for death by their top-level members of the museum. Working together is the key to their survival, and they're about to teach the museum what it really means to be a woman and a killer of a certain age. Charlie's Angels meets the Thursday Murder Club in this action-packed globe-trotting adventure full of twists, turns and whip-smart women. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one, and I have heard really good things, so fingers crossed I managed to get to this one. And yeah, it's cosy mystery, and I love the Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, so yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. Okay, so next up for prompt number 6, we have Randall, who, as you all know, is one of the villains of Monsters Inc. And yeah, I mean, Randall's just hilarious as well. So for the Randall prompt, we have to read a book where we have a character where you can't trust them or if they're telling the truth. And I'm going to be doubling up for this book for that prompt, and also with prompt number 13, which is Sherry Squibbles, who is Squishy's mum in Monsters University. She's absolutely hilarious as well. And we have to read a book with a mother figure, so I'm going to double up on those 2 prompts with this book. And I've been wanting to get to this for so long because I keep seeing it every time I go into Waterstones, and I haven't wanted to go and pick it up, but I've been really intrigued about it for a long time, as I got it second hand off of Vinted. So if I don't love it, it's not the end of the world. But the book is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. I know this has been out for a long time, but we are following Emery. She's apprehended at a supermarket for kidnapping the white child she's actually babysitting. It sets off an explosive chain of events. Her employer Alex, a feminist blogger with the best of intentions, resolves to make things right. But Emily herself is aimless, broke, and wary of Alex's desire to help. When a surprising connection emerges between the 2 women, it sends them on a crash course that will upend everything they think they know about themselves, each other, and the messy dynamics of privilege. So we have a character where you don't know if they're telling the truth or not, and we have the mother figure, obviously, for the mother that our main character is babysitting their child. So I thought that would be quite a good fit for this prompt. But yeah, I am excited to give this a try. It's definitely going to be more of like a contemporary thriller, I think. I'm not sure, but I think it's going to have a lot of like important topics about racism and white privilege and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a try. Okay, so next up is prompt number 7, which is Dean Hardscrabble, who is the Dean of the University, Monsters University. And for prompt number 7, we have to read a sequel. And I got this fairly recently, and I read the first book in the series towards the end of last year, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to continue on with it. But the book is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillick. This is a sequel to One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick, and I'm not going to go too much into the synopsis for this one, but in One Dark Window we follow our main character Elspeth, I think that's how you say it, and she has this monster that's kind of in her head. When she was younger, she touched a magic tarot card in this world, that there are tarot cards that they can do different things, and she touched the nightmare card, and so she has this monster that's been in her head pretty much her whole life. She had these magical abilities, and she ends up meeting a guy called Raven, and they decide to trying to find all of the magical tarot cards before the king, I think it is, in the world wants to get all the tarot cards for using them for evil, basically. And yeah, I'm really excited to carry on with the story in the world, and it's very misty setting, and there wasn't much romance in the first one, but hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be a bit more of a romance in this one. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with this series, and it's only a duology, I think, so hopefully I'll be able to finish off this series. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one. Okay, so next up is prompt number 8, which is Art, and he is one of the Uzma Kappa members from Monsters University. He's like this big purple furry monster, and the prompt for prompt number 8 is to read a book with purple on the cover. And for this prompt, I didn't manage to get to this book in January. I wanted to try and get to it for the Box Readathon, which is Steph Love's Patreon readathon, but I didn't manage to get around to it. So the book is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. This is definitely like a haunted house story, I think, and we follow the main character Opal, and she knows better than to mess with haunted houses or brooding men, but with an opportunity to work there at Starling House, the money might get her brother out of Eden. Starling House is uncanny and full of secrets, just like Arthur, its heir. It also feels strangely dangerous, like something she's never had, a home. Yet Opal isn't the only one interested in the horrors and the wonders that lie buried beneath it. Sinister forces converge on Eden, and Opal realises that if she wants a home, she'll have to fight for it. Even if it involves digging up her family's ugly past to achieve a better future, she'll have to go down deep down beneath Starling House to claw her way back to the light. So it definitely sounds like a haunted house set in isolated, set in ghost story kind of thing. And as you can see, there's purple on the cover. It's a shiny dust jacket, but underneath the dust jacket we have pretty much all purple on the naked hardback, like that. And then we have these beautiful sprayed edges that are basically purple with the birds, and yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. And I've never read anything by Alex E. Harrow, and I'm definitely intrigued to try Once and Future Witches by this author, because I know that that one's really, really popular. And yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. Okay guys, so for prompt number 9, I think we're up to. Yeah, prompt number 9, we have Terry and Terry, who are from Monsters University, and for their prompt, we have to read a book that has a character in 2 minds about something. And I have decided to go for another book off my 12 books from 12 friends list, and this was recommended to me by Barb, the lovely Barb from Barb's Booklands. I'll leave Barb's channel down below, but she recommended to me a thriller, which is Falling by T.J. Newman. This is a thriller set on an airplane, and we have on the back here it says, "You just boarded a flight to New York. There are 143 other passengers on board. What you don't know is that 30 minutes before the flight, your pilot's family was kidnapped. For his family to live, everyone on your plane must die. The only way the family will survive is the pilot follows his orders and crashes the plane. Enjoy the flight." So we have a pilot who's in, obviously his family's been kidnapped, and he has these orders to crash this plane that he's flying, so he's definitely in 2 minds about something. So I thought that that would be quite a good fit, and it looks quite a fast read, and I've heard really good things about it from Barb. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to get to this one. Okay, so next for prompt number 10, we have Roz, who is just, I mean, Roz is just like the queen. She's the absolute, I just love Roz in Monsters Inc. She's just absolutely hilarious.
Wazowski, you didn't file your paperwork last night.
Oh, that darn paperwork. Wouldn't it be easier if it all just blew away?
Don't let it happen again.
Yes, well, I'll try to be less careless.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watch.
And for this prompt, I am going to be doubling up with prompt number 11. I think it should be number 11. Yes, prompt number 11, which is Henry Waternoose, who is the big villain in Monsters Inc. And I will be using this book for the 2 prompts, which are a workplace setting for Henry Waternoose, and for Roz is a female boss. And for that prompt, I have decided to go for a companion novel to a book that I read last year, which I really enjoyed, and that is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I've read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, so this is the companion novel to that one, where we follow the best friend, Bree, of the main character, Alexis, from Part of Your World. And Alexis is, I think she's a nurse. I don't think she's a doctor. I think she's a nurse, and it's mainly set in a hospital, so workplace setting, so I can count it for that one. So we follow Bree, who is her life is seriously flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalised. Her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor, and that promotion she wants, that's probably going to be the new man doctor who's already registered 80 frickin' saving lives, and is a 7 on Brianna's pain in my ass scale. But just when all systems are set to hate, Dr. Jacob Maddox completely flips the game by sending Brianna a letter. And it's a really good letter, like the kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, he might be this fantastically and funny, subversively likeable guy who's terrible at first impression, because suddenly he and Brie are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sob closet, and discussing the merits of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wonders just how she can resist the quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favour she can't refuse. So that just sounds really, really good, and I have heard really good things about this one. So as I've mentioned, it's set in a hospital, and the main character is definitely a female boss. I think she's a nurse or a doctor. I'm not too sure yet, but she's definitely a female boss, I think, because nurses and doctors are definitely bosses in my opinion. So yeah, I'm really excited to carry on with this romance series because I really enjoyed Part of Your World. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with that one. Okay guys, we're nearly there with these prompts. So prompt number 12 is Celia, who is Mike Wazowski's girlfriend from Monsters Inc. And the prompt for Celia is a 5-star prediction. And of course, I had to put this book on my TBR. It's definitely an anticipated 5-star release for me. And the book is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 3rd book in the Crescent City series. So we had House of Earth and Blood and House of Sky and Breath. I'm currently in the middle of a reread of HOSAB before book 3 comes out, which is due on the 30th of January, and I am so excited for this book. I cannot tell you. Sarah J. Maas is like my all-time favourite autobiographer. I absolutely adore her books, so I'm so excited to see where the series is going to go. I mean, the ending for HOSAB, just wow. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't love HOSAB, but I absolutely loved it and gave it 5 stars. So I'm really, really excited to see where book 3 is going to go and what follows the aftermath of that ending in HOSAB. It was just amazing. So yeah, I don't think I will read it on release day, so I'm definitely saving it for February. So if I don't manage to read it on release day, I will be reading it for Monsters University Readathon. But I am so excited because I don't want to rush it. I want to take my time with it and enjoy it. So I think it's definitely perfect fit for this prompt. It is going to be a chunky one, but I'm determined to read it in February, and I am so excited for it. I cannot wait. Okay guys, and we have finally made it to our final prompt, which is prompt 14, and that is George Sanderson, who, if you don't remember from Monsters Inc., George is the monster that has the sock on him when he comes out of the bedroom door. He ends up getting shaved because it's a 2319 and it's the CIA coming, and it's just absolutely hilarious. I absolutely love that bit.
Hey, thanks guys. That was a close one.
But for the final prompt, we have to read a book that has a character that has a big change in their life. And for this one, I've decided to use another book off my 12 books from 12 friends list, and I've decided to go for Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. This is a contemporary dark romance, and we follow the main character Cora. She's attending her sister's birthday party, and she expects at most a hangover or a walk of shame by the end of it. She doesn't anticipate a stolen wallet, leaving her stranded and dependent on her sister's fiancé Dean Asher, her arch nemesis and perpetual thorn in her side. And she really doesn't anticipate getting knocked out and waking up chained in a madman's basement, Dean in his own shackles beside her. After 15 years of teasing, insults and never-ending pranks, the ultimate joke seems to be on them. The two people who always thought they'd end up killing each other must now work together if they want to survive long enough to escape. But Cora and Dean don't know that their abductor has a plan for them, a plan that will alter the course of their relationship, blur the lines between hate and love, and shackle them to each other long after they are freed from their chains. They're in this together no matter what their expected bond might cost them. So it's definitely very dark. I think it has a lot of triggers. It mentions a sexual assault on here, so do be wary going in if you want to pick this up. But I have heard a lot of good things from Amanda, who picked this out for me, and Steph from Steph Loves. This is definitely one of her favourite books. She gave it 5 stars. But I'm a little bit anxious about it, but I am really excited to give it a try because I have heard really good things, but there are a lot of triggers in here, so do check out the trigger warnings before you decide to pick this one up. But this is the last book that I'm going to be picking up for the Monsters University Readathon. Okay guys, and I'm briefly going to mention the other readathon that I'm going to be taking part in. This readathon is hosted by lovely Steph from Steph Loves, and she had created a book club, a romance book club called the Cliterature Book Club, and she decided to shut down the book club because she wasn't enjoying it as much anymore, but people still wanted the Cliterature Book Club kind of around, so she decided to create it as a readathon. And the first round that we're going to be doing for it is going to be on the 19th to the 25th of February. We have a few prompts, so I'll put an image up of the bingo board up on the screen, and I'll talk you through some of the books I'm going to use for those prompts. Okay guys, so I'll put a picture up somewhere of the bingo board with the prompts for the Clit Lit Readathon. So our first prompt is a book with an illustrated cover, so that can be something that's got an illustrated cover. So for that prompt I'm going to use Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, that's got an illustrated cover. For prompt number 2 is an LGBTQ plus romance. Now I checked and none of the books that I have got LGBTQ plus romance on them, so instead I'm going to be picking up In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. I've heard nothing but great things about this. It's an LGBTQ plus romance, and we follow a young prince must rely on a mysterious stranger to save him when he's kidnapped during his coming of age tour in the Sunni adventure that is Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue meets Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm totally sold on the Pirates of the Caribbean part, so I'm really excited to give this one a try, and I've never read from F.T. Lukens previously, so yeah, I'm really excited for that one. Next prompt is Take Part in a Sprint. I'm assuming Steph will be doing sprints during this readathon, so I'll be definitely tuning in for them. A POC author, that could be anything, so I'll need to double check if any of the authors that I've picked out for the readathon are POC authors. Yeah, I'll need to have a look to see what book I can use for that prompt. So next up we have Share Your TBR, which is pretty self-explanatory. A 5-star prediction. I'm definitely going to put on House of Flame and Shadow for that one, because I definitely know that that's going to be a 5-star. Poll pick, self-explanatory. I'll put the books I'm going to use on a poll to help me pick which one to start off with first, I think. Your favourite trope. So I love enemies to lovers, friends to lovers. So I think I'm going to be using A Fragile Enchantment for that one, because I think it's friends to lovers for that one. So I'll be using that book for that prompt. And then the last prompt is a new to you author. So I think that could be any of them apart from the Becky Yaros. I think I might try and fit that in for Cliterature Readathon as well. But I think all of these ones are new to me authors. So Alison Sath, Jennifer Hartman, Abby Jimenez I've read from previously, F.T. Lukens I haven't read from before, so I can use any of those books. So yeah, so that's going to be my TBR for the Clit Lit Readathon, and I'm really excited for that round, the first round as well. Okay guys, so that is my complete February TBR, and I'm really excited to get to all of these. It is a little bit ambitious again, but I'm not going to pressure myself this year to get through all of my TBR. I'm just going to get through what I can and have a great time doing it. So yeah, I'm really excited. So as I've mentioned, I'll leave all the information for the Monsters University Readathon in the box down below. I'll leave a link to the sign up forum, which I think should still be open, and the link to the Discord. So you need to, if you want to take part in the readathon, sign up first and then you can join the Discord afterwards. So yeah, if you like the video, give me a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and let me know what you are planning to read for your February TBR if you're going to take part in the Monsters University Readathon. And it would be great if you could join us. It'll be a really fun time. It's going to last through the whole month of February, and I'm really excited for the Clit Lit Readathon. And yeah, I'm really excited to get to all of these. So as I've said, if you liked the video, subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!